Hey guys, I'm Steff and welcome back to my beauty stash. We're doing a foundation review today. I picked up the latest from Huda Beauty. This is her Faux Filter Skin Finish Buildable Coverage Foundation Stick, and I picked up the shade Panna Cotta. I believe there's a number on here, 130G Panna Cotta. So we're going to be trying this little beauty out today. I am already wearing it right now, and we're going to see how it wears, how it lasts on my 38-year-old normal to oily skin. Now, I did order this straight from the Sephora website. I don't think it is in stores yet. I want to say it's not going to be in store until like November, but I will have all of the details listed in the description box down below, as well as the link so that you can purchase it. And if you're curious about the makeup I am wearing right now, this tutorial will be on my Instagram. I think it's going to go up before this review goes up. So I'm filming this on a Saturday, and this look is going to go up on Saturday. So you'll see this before you see the actual foundation review video. So if you're not following me already on Instagram, it is at Steff's Beauty Stash. I would love to have you as a follower. I do post very often on my Instagram page, so there is definitely not going to be a lack of content. So guys, let's go ahead and jump into specifics on this new Huda Beauty foundation stick. After that, I will take you through the demo portion. Then I will insert some swatches and comparisons of other foundations that I have in my stash, including the Huda Beauty, the original liquid foundation that she has. And then I'll come back on, give you guys my thoughts throughout the day, and we'll conclude with my final thoughts with my review over this new Huda Beauty Faux Filter foundation stick. So now let's jump into specifics. The new Huda Beauty Faux Filter Skin Finish Foundation Stick is a lightweight foundation that glides on easily, providing customizable coverage with a natural-looking skin-like finish. This provides a full to light coverage, natural finish, and it is in stick formulation. This foundation says that it is good for normal, dry, combination, and oily skin types. This product is also cruelty-free. So this new little beauty retails for $39 on the Sephora website. You do get 0.44 ounces of product or 12.5 grams of product. On the Sephora website, I believe there are almost 40 different shades to choose from. I want to say there's like 38 or 39 different shades. So hopefully if you're interested in this foundation, you'll be able to find one that perfectly matches your skin tone. It does say you can use a brush or damp makeup sponge to apply this new Faux Filter foundation stick, or I'm pretty sure you can use your fingers if that is your preferred method of application. For me, when it comes to stick foundations, I tend to go more for a foundation brush. So that is what I'm going to be using to apply it today. I may dip in and out of a damp beauty sponge. We'll see how it goes with application. But yeah, guys, I'm very anxious to try this out. I do love her original foundation, which is like super full coverage. And if you guys have been following me on Instagram, you've seen I've already posted a couple Halloween looks. All of those looks, I am using the Huda Beauty liquid foundation. I forget, what is the actual name of it? I have the website open here. That one is the Faux Filter Full Coverage Foundation. So if you're looking for a really good, thick, heavy duty, full coverage foundation, then I would check out her original foundation, which is that Faux Filter Full Coverage Foundation. But we're going to put this little beauty to the test today for the next 10 hours on my 38-year-old normal to oily skin. If you want to see how it goes, just keep on watching. All right, guys, so for this foundation review, the right side of my face, I'm going to add all of the typical products that I normally would, which would be primer, concealer, powder, setting spray. Over here on the left, I am just going to go in with the Faux Filter Stick Foundation. I'm going to do a little bit of concealer wherever I feel I need to, and that's it. There's not going to be powder. There's not going to be setting spray. No primer, nothing. So let's go ahead and get started. Huda did release a new jelly primer with the stick foundation, and to me it sounded awfully similar to two of the jelly primers that I already have from other brands. One of them being Milk. This is the Hydro Grip primer. I love this one. I always get the small size just because I've told you guys this before. It's going to take me a long time to finish a product just because I try out so many different products. So I picked this one up at Sephora. I believe it was like $15 or $13, but it's definitely one of my favorites. Also from the drugstore, I like e.l.f. Jelly Pop Dew Primer. This is probably my favorite drugstore primer ever. And these are really super similar to each other. So I'm going to do a little bit more reading on the new Huda primer and to see if these are dupes for that primer, because I think that if you have one of these in your collection, then you already have that new Huda primer. So I will update that sometime throughout the video today. So let me go ahead and apply this Milk primer to the right side. Now this one does say to give it about a minute to set down. So while this is setting, I'm gonna move over to the left side and we're gonna go in with the Faux Filter stick. I'm in the shade 130G Panna Cotta. And it says just to apply it directly to the skin. Okay, and then it says to use a flat top brush. I'm gonna go in with the 2019 version of the IT Cosmetics for Ulta Beauty Love is the Foundation brush. The 2020 version, I believe, is in stock. And if it is, I will have it linked in the description box down below. But I know a lot of you have asked me about it, and I've been trying to update as often as I can whenever I see that it comes back in stock on Ulta, but I have seen it in stores. So if you're wanting the 2020 version, I would definitely check your local Ulta if you have a local Ulta and see if they have it. I know mine had a few in stock the other day, so I really like this shade. I think this is a very good shade match for me. I want to say this is the shade that I use in the liquid foundation from Huda, but I'm not entirely sure. I'll have that in my swatch photos and stuff. I'll update that. But that is a like completely full coverage foundation. I mean, if you need a good full coverage foundation, that is a really good one. Okay, so that seemed to blend out really nicely. It does say to apply more to build up coverage. Now let me go ahead and take care of the right side, and then we'll build up coverage where I feel I need it. All right, guys, so that is just with, I guess, one coat of this Faux Filter Stick Foundation. I have like a really big pimple there and even one right here. You can still obviously see it. It still has redness coming through. But other than that, like, I think it did a pretty good job with just toning down my everyday redness. But I do want to see how it builds up. I also have a damp makeup sponge that I'm going to try and see how I can press in the stick foundation with it to see if that works. So this is the area where I would typically build up coverage. Yeah, I think if you want to build up, I would kind of just go in with your makeup sponge and build it up that way. I think it did a pretty good job. I want to go in with some concealer for this. And the concealer that I like to use for this type of a breakout is the Bare Minerals, let me grab it. This is the Bare Minerals Well Rested Concealer. It is a powder concealer, but guys, this thing, it covers and it doesn't move all day. Like, my redness is not gonna come through for the remainder of the day. So let me finish. I'm gonna do concealer under my eyes, and for that I'm gonna use the Huda Beauty. This is the Overachiever concealer, and I use the shade Marshmallow. All right, now I'm gonna cover these. You can see that it just takes away the redness almost immediately. This is meant for under your eye area. I never liked it for that area. I always used it just to cover my blemishes. All right, now I'm gonna set the right side of my face with the Huda Beauty. This is the, what is this? The Easy Bake Loose Setting Powder, and I'm in the shade Sugar Cookie on this one. And I'm also gonna set my under eye over here on the left side, but not anywhere else on the left side. Since this is a thick concealer, I find that setting is best. Now I'm going to add setting spray to the right side of my face, and we're going to just use all Huda today. This is the Huda Beauty Resting Boss Face. This is an extreme hold. Like it even says here, extra hold, but it is a really, really good setting spray. However, it is heavily fragranced. So I know that is a drawback from a lot of people purchasing this, just because it is a very strong scent. I don't mind. For me, it just goes away pretty quickly, but I know a lot of you are sensitive to fragrance, so definitely this is not for you. Whew. You don't want to breathe for the first 20 seconds. All right, guys, so this is how my skin is looking. Just the foundation stick with a little bit of concealer under the eye area, and then everything, especially to cover this, which it did an okay job of covering some of the redness, but I know that this redness is gonna start peeking through pretty quickly just because I am a normal to oily skin type. So I did need to add, that's why I added this Bare Minerals concealer on top of here. So we'll see how long everything lasts, but so far I'm happy with it. Like, I like the way it went on. I like the way it applied. It's quick, it's easy. You could even do this with your fingers. For stick foundations, I do tend to go more for a brush. And then you saw how I used the damp beauty sponge to kind of press in certain areas to get precise coverage. So I'm gonna give this a good 10-hour wear test today. You guys know I will be back throughout the day giving you my check-ins, my thoughts. We'll see how this is wearing on my 38-year-old normal to oily skin. And I will definitely update you on the primer to see if that Huda primer is actually very similar to one of these other two primers I already had in my stash. But yeah, guys, if you want to see how it does, just keep on watching. Have a great time, a great weekend. It's the weekend when I'm sitting down to film this, and I will check in with you guys a little bit later. So this is going to be my 4-hour check-in with the new Huda Beauty Faux Filter Skin Finish Foundation Stick. What do you guys think? So far, I think it looks pretty much the same on both sides. Remember, this side is the side that I have everything like my primer and powder and all that stuff. This side has no primer, no powder, and just, you know, the makeup that you see on my face. It feels good. It feels lightweight. I did wear a mask earlier, just very briefly, but nothing has come off, and I had lunch a little while ago, so we are still looking good, and it's 4 hours. It better be looking good. We're gonna give this a good 10 hours today, so I will be back a little bit later with another check-in, and then of course later this evening to give you guys my final thoughts on this new Huda Beauty foundation stick. So stay tuned. We have come to the 7-hour mark of me wear testing this new Huda Beauty Stick Foundation, and this is how my skin is looking. No primer, no powder, everything on this side. I will say I definitely see some dewiness coming through on my T-zone, but I think it looks pretty equal on both sides. My makeup is pretty much, you know, still on. It hasn't rubbed off. I mean, even like right through here, it's still doing okay. Maybe a little bit like right in here, it is kind of breaking up just because my oils are starting to come through. Not so much on this side. But yeah, this is how it looks after 7 hours of wear. I am giving it a good 10 hours today. My forehead is smooth. It still feels good. And let's see how it does at the 10-hour mark. So I will check in with you guys a little bit later. Alright guys, we've come to the 10-hour mark of me wear testing, and let me grab my little basket over here. The new Huda Beauty Faux filter. This is the Skin Finish foundation stick, and I'm wearing the shade Panna Cotta. This is how I am looking. I think I look pretty even on both sides. I definitely could use a good blot on my nose and on my forehead, but guys, my foundation is still intact. Like, it hasn't rubbed off at all, and usually like right in here it'll start coming off, maybe just a little bit like right in here, but really nothing too noticeable, and it didn't accentuate any pores. It didn't really even sink into my fine lines. It just held up really well, and it helped the rest of my makeup hold up really well too. So it stayed really smooth on my forehead. It stayed smooth in here on my cheeks, and look at my little breakout area. It is still covered. You see guys, that Bare Minerals Well Rested Concealer really works wonders. If you are along my skin tone, I would definitely think about that. If you have little blemishes that you need to cover, that powder concealer works really well. But let's go back to the Huda Beauty foundation, because that's why y'all are here today. I like it. I enjoyed wearing it. It was quick. It was easy to apply. Again, you saw me where I applied it with the Love is the Foundation brush, the 2019 version, which is more a flat top. And then I also used a damp beauty sponge to kind of pack on in certain areas where I wanted the most coverage. It worked well either way. But again, if you prefer to use your fingertips, then by all means, just make sure your hands are clean and blend away. Whatever works better for you guys, just do it that way, because that's how you're going to get the application that you want. I think that the foundation built up really well. I think it provided great coverage. I am happy with the shade that I got. I think it's a pretty good shade match for me. And just overall, guys, this is a $33 foundation stick. Usually that's, you know, $30. That's pretty much on par for any foundation over at Sephora, between $30 and $40. That's what a typical foundation is going to run you. So I think that the price point is pretty accurate. This is the other foundation that I have, and I don't have the same shade as this one, and I'm sure you saw it in the swatch photos. In the liquid or the high coverage cream foundation, I use the shade Vanilla. So this one is lighter than this one, and I thought I had the opposite. So going back to the primer, which I did say I was going to read up on throughout the day, I think that the new Huda primer, and I'm going to put it right here, that came out, is a jelly-based primer. I think if you already have the Milk Hydro Grip, or if you already have the e.l.f. Jelly Pop, stick with those. Actually, these two are really good. I think they're just better ingredient wise than the Huda one is. They have a really great hydrating properties in them. They have hyaluronic acid. This one also has niacinamide and different vitamins that are just going to help our skin get the moisture and retain the moisture that it needs throughout the day. They're both jelly-based primers. They're both gripping primers, so it's going to also help your makeup last a little bit longer. And I was right. This one is $15. This is a small version. If you want the regular size, it is $30. And then this one retails for $10. I believe the only place you can find this one is on the e.l.f. website, but I will have those linked in the description box down below so that you guys can check them out. I recommend them both. I love them both. So guys, that completes today's Huda Beauty foundation stick wear test and review. What did you guys think of this foundation? Is it on your radar? Is it something that you are going to be picking up, or maybe you're just gonna pass altogether? I know we've had a lot of makeup releases, but it is the holidays, guys. Always the months of September through November are really busy, especially here in the beauty community. But don't let FOMO get the best of you. You buy what is best for your budget, your pocketbook, and the things that you especially want to try and have in your stash. I want to thank you guys so much for watching another one of my videos. You all have a great day or night, wherever it is you all are at. Stay hydrated, guys. Drink your water, and I will see you all very soon. Bye.